everybody, and welcome to the Flight of the Eagle show. My name is Chris, and along with some feathery friends, I'm hopefully going to entertain you for the next 20-25 minutes or so. First bird that we're going to have a look at in the show is a bird that many people recognise instantly as a bald eagle. I'm sure that most of you will know that this is America's national bird. Have we got any Americans in? Very quiet. It's the quietest Americans ever. Now, although, of course, Archie is a bald eagle and he is the national bird of the Americas, he also occurs in Canada and Alaska as well, and he is, to all intents and purposes, a fish eagle. He actually works here at the castle, and this particular bald eagle, incidentally, has never seen America, North America, Canada or Alaska. He was born in England, and I think actually they're a little bit better than the American bald eagles, actually. Would you agree with me?
No.
It's true. Now, the nearest, incidentally, that Archie's ever been to America is he once flew over a McDonald's at Pontefract. But he works here at the castle, and his job here at the castle is to fly around and do something a little bit more exciting than, of course, look very glamorous. And to be honest, he is a very glamorous eagle, and you can understand why they chose him as their national bird. His job is to fly around the castle ramparts and towers, and this isn't something that Archie is doing because he's enjoying. And I know that if each and every one of us had a pair of wings, we'd be going, oh, what a brilliant day to soar around, the sun's out. But when you see an eagle soaring around the sky, it's not because he's enjoying the view, because of course Archie saw it yesterday and the day before. He's doing this because he gets paid. And it quite clearly states in his contract of employment that he must fly around the castle ramparts and towers. And because he's got a big pair of square wings, it is fantastic to ride on the currents of air that are hitting the oldest part of the castle here, which is the mound, and that just lifts him up into the sky. But he's got a tremendous amount of experience under his belt, and he's been at this now for 13 years. And of course, he is a beautiful bird. If I show him a piece of food though, he's immediately on his way down towards us, and he's got very keen eyesight, as you could well imagine. If you're a predator, you need to be able to see things from miles and miles away to get somewhere near them. Of course, Archie can fly in a straight line towards something, but of course if you fly and you've got a 6-foot wingspan and you're flying towards something, then of course the prey can obviously see him. So he sometimes has to hide his approach by coming in behind some trees, or maybe hiding his approach by coming in out of the sun. And what I'm actually saying to Archie at this very moment is do something a little bit more exciting. And I'm actually telling him to sort of come in a little bit tighter over the tops of you and buzz him. And of course, from a practical point of view, Archie is actually using quite a bit of energy when he does this kind of flying. It's not the same as soaring around over the top of the castle. That's very, very easy. And you can see already Archie's big beak is open, and he's saying, look, Dad, I'm absolutely cream crackered. Now, in days gone by, the castle would have had a mews, that's where the hawks are kept, and they would have maintained a smaller collection of hawks and falcons. Archie is very exciting, and here at the castle we do fly some enormous big eagles. But the reason that we fly the big eagles here at the castle, one, it's spectacular. You've got to go an awful long way to see an eagle soaring around the sky in this country, maybe the Lake District in Scotland, but it's also so that we can look after the peacocks and the ducks and all the other wildlife that we have here at the castle. Because although Archie is very big and looks like he could maybe steal children out of prams and kill sheep and horses and things like that, he actually is too big to go around corners twisting and turning and following smaller prey. And that would have been the idea many years ago, to actually catch yourself something like a duck or a pheasant or a partridge so that you could eat it. And that's of course before Tesco's and Sainsbury's was invented and we can all go shopping now. But before that, it was falconry, and everybody was involved in falconry in some way, shape or form, and it's a fantastic way of harvesting the countryside around you. But with the advent of the shotgun in the 18th century, falconry died out, because it does take quite a bit of time to manage these birds every day. But you're going to have to go an awful long way to see an eagle like this soaring around the sky. It's fantastic, isn't it? You can really just imagine what it will be like up there. But I have to tell you that if I was to feed Archie on this log here for the next 35 years, that's exactly where he would be. He wouldn't wander off, maybe going into Leamington to have a look around. He wouldn't go down to Shakespeare country and sort of study something. All he wants every day is his food, and his food is the most important thing to him. It is, of course, very exciting for him to sort of fly about in the sky. We've got another little bird of prey up on the far side, just coming over the top of us. This is actually a sparrowhawk. We have nesting sparrowhawks in the wood a little further down here. And we also have buzzards. We have peregrine falcons that are sometimes in the town behind us. And it is sometimes a bit interactive. And the bigger birds like Archie very often get bullied by the smaller birds. They mob them and harry them. And you may have seen buzzards flying around in the sky with a whole flotilla of crows and seagulls mobbing them. And the reason they do that isn't because they're trying to hurt him, but what they're trying to do is to chivvy them away from maybe their babies. Because Archie is a bit of a bully in the wild, and most eagles are quite happy to take an easy deal. Let's say Archie came across a nesting colony of rooks. He'd just fly straight into one nest, eat all the babies from one nest, and then move on to the next nest. And so that is, of course, the way that he would survive out in the wild, by finding easy bits of food. And Archie really is a bird that would happily eat anything at all. If I was to have a heart attack and die now, Archie wouldn't say, "Oh, what a shame, Chris was a really nice guy." He'd just recycle me. And that's, of course, one of the great things about eagles. If they find a big dead animal, then they will visit it time and time and time again. Anyway, I'm going to call Archie down, bring him down for his final bit of tea. And of course, Archie he can actually fall out of the sky at incredible high speed, but Archie tends to parachute himself in. He sort of goes from one side to another, and he has to approach coming into the wind on final approach. So that's why he's gone around in this direction, and he dangles his legs down, slows himself down. Ooh, here we go. So let's give Archie a really big round of applause. He's done very, very well for us. And that's about as exciting as it's going to get for Archie's lunch. He requires somewhere in the region of about 8 or 9 ounces of food a day. I'm sorry, Archie, I didn't spot that. You dropped a piece there, didn't you? Yeah, I didn't see that bit there. And Archie, of course, lives here at the castle. If you haven't found the birds of prey here at the castle, then you need to wander down this river road. If you go around to the right-hand side, you'll find a collection of birds that, of course, you can have a look at. And the next time you see Archie, he'll be in the bath. He'll have had a bath, he'll be sunbathing, watching the world go by, and that's where he's headed. And incidentally, he hasn't landed on a random person down there. Don't think that if you walk down the bottom there, holding your hand out, that you're going to get an eagle on. That's Paul. He's another falconer that works here at the castle, and he has spied a little bit of food down there and has obviously gone down to finish off his food. Whoa, yes. Now, small test. Our American friends, what do you think this bird is, American people? Ooh, nobody's saying anything. Anybody know what this bird is? Dirty great big eagle, golden eagle. This is actually also a bald eagle. He's actually a baby bald eagle, and looks very different to his dad. In actual fact, Archie is his dad. This is Merlin, and Merlin is a baby eagle that is just coming up to 1 year of age, and he is learning to fly here at the castle. Got a nice bit of fresh air blowing up in the sky, and this means that Merlin, with his enormous wings, can ride around relatively easy. But I have to tell you, although he looks quite stylish and looks like he's really good at flying, he's actually pretty rubbish. So I've got to tell you, if he looks as though he's going to fly into you, he probably is. So I need you to bear that in mind. Nature has thought of all of this and has given him a juvenile set of feathers, and that's why he looks very different to his dad. His dad has a white head and white tail, and that's achieved at between 3 to 5 years of age. The first years of life are very, very difficult for baby eagles, and they have to spend a lot of the time actually sort of learning how to fly. And he does some pretty dramatic turns, but he's not a bird that is capable of these turns just at this moment in time. When we train our birds, we very rarely train them here at the castle. We usually train them at our North Yorkshire base. Although we work here at the castle every day, we have a base on the side of Pennygent, which is one of the 3 peaks in the Yorkshire Dales, and there we've got lots of fresh air blowing around, and when you've got big square wings you can just jump into the sky and harness the energy of the air that's moving around. So Merlin is perfectly capable of soaring around and using this air, but when it comes to doing the twisting and turning and fairly tight work, then he really does struggle, and he gets sometimes going a little bit too fast for his own good. Keep going. He also, of course, understands that I've got my hands up in the air, and when my hands are up in the air, essentially that means do something a little bit more exciting. He can, of course, just sit down, but if he sits down on the floor, then he's not going to get any food, and we actually pay our birds to do a bit of mileage. So Merlin has to understand that he's got to do something. And in the wild, that drive to soar and fly around in the sky is there because, of course, you have to find your food. These birds are not going to be able to call in at KFC and McDonald's for an extra portion of food. They do have to find every bit of food that they possibly can, and that means transporting themselves around. But surprisingly, once the birds have actually found a successful place to hunt, a place where there's plentiful food, then they don't spend a lot of time flying around at all. In fact, a bald eagle like this would spend most of his life just sitting on a broken limb of a tree like the one we have on the mound, overlooking a large expanse of water. And he's not just particularly waiting for a fish on the surface so that he can grab it, he's also watching things like herons, pelicans, ospreys, and anything else at all that has potentially got the chance of catching a fish. And if he sees a heron catch a fish, then the first thing he's going to do is head towards it at high speed. And of course, at that point, he's going to try and use his bulk and size to actually steal the food. That was a bit low there, Merlin, but let's give him a really big round of applause. He's done very, very well for us there. He did much better than I thought he were going to do. Now, Merlin's Achilles heel is he's a bit scared of the archers down here. Now, these are lovely guys, but as he flies down towards Paul, he very often gets scared of them, and he tends to put a bit of height on, but at this point here, his legs should be dangling and he should be working his way in towards Paul, and he's touched down, so that's brilliant. He usually goes like